Hi, it's Rick. I got a friend. His name is Digby. Man, he's such a smart guy. He's an entrepreneur. He built a business and he called his business Air Force One, and he sells industrial fans. The guy's just a genius. As his business was growing, he reached this point where he started thinking, okay, do I hire more staff to get more work done, or am I at the place now where I really should be thinking about a partner? Because he was thinking, if I got a partner, that would help the business because there's another person who loved the business as much as I do, and they'd be invested and there'd be more hours coming out, and really I'd be duplicating myself, was the thought. Okay, partner would probably be a better idea rather than going with some employees at this point, is what he said. But then a dilemma came to him. How do you find a good partner? Is there a process to find a partner? How do I know I'm picking the right partner? How do I know that this partner that I'm going to choose is like me and is going to love this company and is going to share the values that I have? Because if you choose a wrong partner for your business, if you choose a wrong partner as an entrepreneur, that guy can bring, or that girl can bring it down. And so he didn't want to go there. In our inductive study today from Galatians chapter 4 verses 8 to 20, we glean three instructions that guide us toward healthier partnerships. There are three instructions that we pull out of the text, and if we receive these instructions, it's going to help guide us towards healthier partnerships. We are going to know how to choose better partners in life. That's a better girlfriend, a better spouse, better people to go for bike rides with on your motorcycle. It's going to help you with all of the partnerships that you could have in life. That's going to help you. So here we go. Three instructions that guide you toward healthier, better partnerships. First of all, you and me, we need to commit to Jesus as our first relationship. We do. In the text, if you read it for yourself, in the text you'll learn that what happened is the Galatians were being hospitable to people that they shouldn't have. And those people they had an influence over them, which were pulling them away from Jesus and the church. We can't let that happen. Our very first relationship, our very first commitment needs to be to Jesus. And if we bump into people who try to have some kind of influence or potentially could have influence over us to lead us away from Jesus, that is not a good partnership to maintain. Because if we don't first commit to Jesus and then we commit to somebody else who's not committed to Jesus, then we've already lost ground. It already puts us in a deficit. And so that partner that we're coming into partnership with, they've got a one up on us and they have more influence. They're going to pull us away from Jesus. So, number one, we got to be right in our hearts. Before we find a partner to partner with, we need to be right in our hearts, that we need to know that our first commitment is to Jesus. That's our first relationship. And we're not going to set ourselves up for failure by entering into a partnership with someone who doesn't share that value. If we're going to come into a partnership with someone, then that partner needs to share that value, that our first relationship, our first commitment is to Jesus. Here's the second instruction. Don't commit to those opposed to the gospel. If you're seeking a partnership and you meet this person that is opposed to the gospel, sure, be hospitable to that person. Well, no, love that person for the sake of the gospel, but don't empower that person to beat you up. Don't empower that person to destroy the rest of the church. That's just dumb. We don't commit to those opposed to the gospel. And this is horrible in marriage. I see this all the time. Well, thankfully not all the time. I see this often though, where particularly the wife will come into my office crying, and guys do it too. Guys don't cry though, saying, "Man, what do I do? My spouse doesn't serve Jesus." Well, what was it like before you got married? I was a Christian. This person wasn't a Christian. Well, duh. You've just empowered that person to pull you away from the church. You've lost ground. You're not empowered now. You pray. That's what you got to do. Pray. Don't commit to those opposed to the gospel, because that is going to be a thorn in your flesh. It's going to pull you down. And thirdly, commit to a local assembly. Yeah, I did say that. Commit to a local assembly. Here's why I say that. When you commit to a local assembly, you begin to a local church. You begin to build relationships that get deeper. and they only get stronger and deeper with a little bit of controversy, with a little bit of arguing, with a little bit of relationship work. You got to butt heads. Iron does sharpen iron. And if you're the kind of person that goes to church until someone starts pushing back at you, until you get into an argument or two, and then you just put your nose up, say, I'm not staying here. Oh, he's hurt me too much. She's hurt me too much. I am out of here. Don't do that. You leave a church because there's some stuff going on in there, and you don't do the work of relationship building. I'll tell you what's going to happen. You bring your baggage with you to the other church. You never get a restart. When you leave one church because of stuff that's happening and go to another church, that is not a restart. You bring that baggage with you. You have unresolved relationship issues and a lack of forgiveness. Listen, the Lord's Prayer says, "Forgive, and you will be forgiven." If you don't forgive, you're messing with your own forgiveness. But here's how it applies to the sake of partnership. If you're not willing to do the relationship building work within a local assembly, you're not going to have the strength and the know-how to be able to choose wisely a partner that you know, okay, I'm going to be butting heads with this person. We're not going to think the same. We share the same core value, but we're not going to think the same. We are going to get into arguments, but I believe that I'm strong enough, this person's strong enough, that we're going to be able to weather some of these storms. And I know that we can weather the storms of a good relationship because I stay connected to my local church. This person stays connected to his or her local church. So we prove that we have what it takes to build lasting relationships. So this person then, I can build a lasting relationship with this person because this person also has what it takes. If you're looking for a partner, Jesus is your first relationship, your first commitment. Got to be that partner's first relationship too. If that person is opposed to the gospel, hightail it out of there because that's going to hurt you. You're already in a deficit position if you choose to partner with that person. Thirdly, commit to a local assembly. If you find someone that has a long-term commitment to a local assembly and you also do, then what's happened here is the two of you probably. It's not always true. Some people are just controllers and just ugly, and they make church bad. And so it's not always true, but it's mostly true. That if you got a couple of people who understand what it means to connect into a local assembly long term, then they probably have what it takes to connect to a partnership long term as well. So 3 instructions to guide you toward healthier partnerships. God bless you. See you next time.